My name is Jonathan Kirk. We've been actively helping people buy and sell real estate for the last 9 years. The way I got into real estate was pretty interesting. I was a record engineer in my former life. I was living in California. I went to school in Arizona for the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences. So I was critically trained to have a good listening ear in studios, and then took my skill craft to California and worked in the music scene. And that didn't work out the exact way that we had wanted it to, so ended up coming back to Baltimore. Ended up starting to work for the Baltimore Business Journal, and my brother Brandon was a real estate investor. I said, hey man, I'm just curious about the business. I'd like to find out some more information. So his agent at the time, my mentor today, Michael Schiff, actually reached out to me and gave me my first opportunity to get into the business. And the rest was history. I got to see the way that he operated, and I knew right away it was going to be for me and I'd be successful at it. So becoming a father for the first time really helped me understand the magnitude of how important these financial transactions are of buying and selling real estate. When you work with a couple that has their first baby on the way, and I just experienced having my first baby, the magnitude of how grand and important it is incomparable to before you're actually a father. So it also helps me treat my clients as if they're all my little real estate children, as if I have to really look out for them just the same way I'm looking out for my child. It's a parental type of internal thing that I feel with my child, and it's an internal parental thing that I feel with my clients. So when I'm working with my clients, it's just like I'm working with my family. Otherwise, I'll probably choose not to work with that client if I don't feel like I can service them just like I would my own family member. So if you just called me and you said that I'm looking to list or purchase a property and that I'd like to meet and that I'm having a baby and our family is expanding, first step, I'd say congratulations first of all. And then I would set a time to come and meet with you in person, to speak with you and sit down and see exactly what your goals are, where you guys are looking to move, what's your time frame, what's important to you about selling this property, and what's important to you about going to the next property that you're going to. And we sit down and we go through a consultative process to make sure that it's going to be a fit, not just for you to work with me, but also for me to work with you to make sure that I can get you folks exactly what you're looking for. At that time, if we do decide it's going to be a fit, we're going to go ahead and move forward. We'll sign some paperwork, we submit that to my company, and then the process gets moving with working with one of the best realtors and companies in the entire country. We're going to help you without any expectation of what we receive in return. As a result of doing that, we just so happen to sell a lot of properties because we're pushing out value in all different areas without our hands out. As a result, people see that we're value providers, so we don't really have to ask for anything in return. We just provide the value up front, and instead of being transactional real estate agents, we're more relational real estate agents where we focus more so on the relationship, providing a ton of value up front with no hands out in return. As a result, people don't forget about us when they're ready to buy or sell a property. So it's interesting because I went to school to become a record engineer and to work with rock stars for the rest of my life. When I figured out that wasn't going to be my end result, I was able to parlay all the skill sets and expertise that I acquired in record engineering school in the real estate sales business. Because of my critically trained ear and finely tuned listening abilities, I'm able to kind of pick up, the subtleties that I believe that sometimes cannot be picked up by other real estate agents or other professionals. And not only what's being said is also reading what's not being said. The nonverbal communication, people's body language. From working with artists for years and years and seeing them either happy or frustrated in the booth, I've learned how to deal with stressed out situations at a very high level and deal very calmly, and almost elicit and compel my people to come closer to me by the way that I communicate with them, compared to repelling them further away by not communicating efficiently when it's under pressure. See, what I know is when you're able to have a difficult conversation, it turns out successful when you deal calmly in having that conversation. In real estate, fires occur all the time. So you have to be able to put out those fires calmly, not frantically. Otherwise, the fire's just going to spread instead of get put out. Home means to me love and safety and security and future and family. And it's a special thing that can't be disrupted, because as home gets disrupted, the other areas of your life will get disrupted as well. So what home means to me is number one, actually. It's the most important thing to me. And it is for other people as well, which is why I value my ability and I honor the privilege that I have to be able to help folks purchase and sell their property. I know how important it was to me growing up. I had a beautiful house as a youngster. For one reason or another, my parents split. I ended up moving out of my property when I was 6 years old. My parents got divorced, and I did not want to leave that house. So from a very, very young age, home was ingrained inside me, and I knew what that feeling was because I had it taken away from me. So I've been searching my whole life to get that back, and now that I have that feeling back for myself with my family, it's my goal, it's my mission, my responsibility, and I feel like my inner obligation to help other folks achieve that same feeling and that same end result of getting their home together as well. It's deep in our core to actually help people connect to their next home, or to help them sell their current property to get to their next home. So please feel free to reach out to us if you or anybody you know has any questions or needs any help buying or selling property in the Baltimore, Maryland, or surrounding areas. Feel free to reach out to me at 443-928-4550 or jon@kirkhomegroup.com. You could send an email, and feel free to visit www.kirkhomegroup.com for more information.